Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to get in the navy with Dose of Colors and a New Year's Eve look. Check it out. Alright guys, let's get started. So I'm going to use the Dose of Colors Snow Angels palette as well as the Dose of Colors Desi x Katie. I want to combine these two. I'm a huge fan of Dose of Colors. I think their pigments are so rich and so beautiful. And what I loved about this Snow Angels palette, and I wish I would have done this before Christmas, but that's okay. It's still Christmas time. Even though Christmas is over, it's still Christmas. What I like is I don't typically see a navy blue in a palette. And that navy blue right here is absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful. I just love the texture of this palette, and I also love the color choices in this palette. It is so pretty. That pink, I mean, I cannot wait to play more with this palette. But today I wanted to do like a navy look. Thought I'd match my top. And the Desi x Katie palette, the Friendcation palette, also has some beautiful pigments and such beautiful tones to this palette. I actually did a look on this palette and unfortunately my audio was all messed up, so I had to X-nay that video. But I wanted to kind of combine the two Dose of Color palettes together and give you a beautiful look that you can use for New Year's. Okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna start with this gorgeous, like, actually, you know what? I was gonna start with this like pink, light pink color, like this mauve color as a transition, but I think I'm going to build that one up, but I'm going to start with Blur or this MAC one. So both of these eyeshadows are so beautiful. This is MAC, I don't even know the name of this one. It's called Always Sunny, and it reminds me a lot of the Melt Cosmetics Blur that I talk about in, I think I've talked about it in my other videos, but these two are pretty much exactly the same. They both work beautifully. So I think I'm going to start with the Blur one. All right, so we're going to take that Blur with my 224, and we are going to start in at that transition right here. So we're just going to go in there and just use this as my transition color. Look how beautiful that is. This is a great color if you just want just a little bit of something, but not a lot. But in that transition or in that crease area, you just want like that soft, natural look. This is a beautiful color to just go with for a natural new makeup day. So I'm going to use that first. This is kind of a warm tone color, and I'm gonna go in on the other side. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I did. It was beautiful with my family. I had so much fun on Christmas Eve. We do more our family thing on Christmas Eve, and then my mom and I just relaxed on Christmas Day. We went for a walk because the gym was closed. We went for a 6-mile walk, which was so awesome. And then we just had some breakfast. It was so nice. Opened up our gifts. Anyone have any great New Year's plans? Comment below. Hopefully you can use this look once we're done with it, not this look. I did already obviously put my foundation on and my bronzer and my eyebrows. I just wanted to kind of get the ball rolling so this video is not too long. I started using the P. Louise base. I love this base. It is so awesome. I usually use MAC Soft Ochre. That's kind of been my ride or die base. But for some reason, this P. Louise is, I don't know, it just like really like all the products just stick to it. It just makes your eyeshadows stay and go on beautifully. So I took the Blur transition and I just kind of put it in the crease. I'm just kind of creating that gradient effect. So I'm starting off really light, then I'm just gonna work my way down and get darker and darker. So from there, I'm gonna go with this pink color. I'm gonna go in a little bit lower than I did the Blur. So like right here, and I'm taking, sorry, this Morphe No Number brush. It's like a fluffy brush. I'm just going in kind of light and just going in there. Remember, always start off with just a little bit on your brush, and you can always build up that color. But if you go in heavy, especially with eyeshadow palettes that you know have a lot of pigment, that's a beautiful color. Very beautiful. See that it looks lighter in the pan, but when it goes on the skin, it's actually a little bit darker. So that's why I'm glad I went in with a light hand. As you can tell, I'm holding the brush lower and I'm just kind of creating a little bit darker. So I went from light to a little bit darker, and then I'm going to go even darker when I get into that dark navy blue color. So I'm going to go in on the other side, and I'm going to build that up on this side now. So I love, love, love the texture of their eyeshadows. Dose of Colors just really puts out some beautiful eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to go back in with Blur, and I'm just going to go above that area I was working with in that pink and just kind of, again, blur it out as the name of the eyeshadow explains. I'm just blurring it out, just kind of really softening the edges. I literally could not live without my MAC 224 brush. I think it is the best fluffy brush on the market. I love it. It just really blends everything together and makes your life. I still feel like I have glitter everywhere from my Christmas Eve look. I'll have to recreate that one. If you want to see it, I'll be posting it on my Instagram page. So check out my Instagram page at kristiallure. And you can and you'll also see the Friendcation look I did that I filmed, and it didn't work out because of the audio. So you can check that look out too. And if you want me to recreate that, please comment below. That's what I like about palettes like this, because you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy, like how bright the colors are, but really it's not too crazy. I mean, there's different ways to create eyeshadow looks, you know, that you can go really soft glam, or you can go more heavy and more glamorous and more smoky eyed. So it's really up to you. That's what I like about palettes like this. So that is kind of where I'm going to start with just the lighter colors. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit darker brown just before I go in with that navy, just because the navy is so rich. It's almost like a black, but obviously it's navy, but it's going to go in with that really smoky, rich look. So I kind of want to build. I don't want to go from just like that pink, that mid-range pink mauve to just navy blue. So I'm going to go in with a little bit darker brown. It's called Cheens. It's like that rich brown. I'm going to go in with that first, and I'm just going to go really light with that in a really tight brush. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe 411. It's not real dense, but it's a good size to get in with that brown. I've worked with this palette before, and it's very rich. So I'm going to go in right here, just really tight in that little area right there. Just right there. Oh, this color is absolutely beautiful. For once, I'm not going to do a halo smoky eye. I'm actually just going to stick to like the crease area, the outer crease area. So again, I'm not going up too high because I don't want to ruin what I've already done. So there's that. Oh, that is so beautiful. Again, you can just like, as I build, you could stop wherever you want. You don't have to go as crazy as I'm about to go right now, but you can still go glamorous and a little bit more smoky. So I'm going to show you the different transitions. So I went from really light, I'm going a little bit darker, and you can, again, stop the look wherever you want. I'm going to just take, as you notice, I'm not dipping back into the palette. As I go into the middle, I'm just taking what's left over on the brush. So I'm just kind of bringing it into the center, but I'm not putting more product there. Because I'm not doing the halo smoky eye, which is the outer crease and the inner crease, and creating like that spotlight effect, which is my favorite look because I like to round out my eyes, and that's a good way to round out your eyes, especially if you have more almond shape eyes. But for today, and because I've never worked with this navy blue, I kind of just want to stick to the outer, and then we'll see. Maybe I might get crazy and do the halo, who knows? But for right now, that's not my plan. So I'm going in again and just kind of, I'm not putting any excess product because I don't want this brown to be the center of attention. I really am just kind of using this to create that gradient effect to get to that navy blue, so that it's not so harsh going from the pink to the navy blue. So that was a beautiful color. That Cheens, I love. I smoked out my eyes with that one, and I just kind of kept building it up, and it's absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to go back in with that Morphe No Number. It came in like a set, and I'm going to go back into that Snow Angels palette in that pink color. Sorry, I should tell you the names. I think it's called Cashmere, and I'm just going to go above the Cheens, that darker brown, again, and just kind of softening the edges out so that everything blends in with each other. They marry each other. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. I can just completely leave this look and be so happy with it. It's a process, I tell you. It takes a while. So I'm going to go back in with Blur. I'm going to go above that pink color now, that mauve color. And I'm just now softening what I just did with the lighter pink. Ooh, I just hit my eye. That hurt. Okay. Have you ever hit your eyeball and it like starts watering like crazy? Let's hope it doesn't do that. I'm feeling it, but let's hope it doesn't. So yeah, I'm just softening that look, as you can see. Oh my goodness, I love these colors. I'm such a fan of Dose of Colors. They're so beautiful. Now I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Geek Outer V brush. This is a more like pencil-like brush. This has a little bit thicker dome than like a tight pencil brush, but it really just picks up that pigment and sets it where I want it to go. Because again, when you do the darker colors, you don't want it to go too high. So you definitely want to start with like a pencil brush or a dome brush, a really tight brush where you can just kind of pack the product in, and then you can blend from there with another brush. So I'm going in with that navy blue color, and that one is called, my goodness, Kristi, Put On Your Glasses. All right, you guys, I'm sorry. I need to really start wearing my contacts when I do these tutorials, but it's really hard because I get it in my eyes and I'm really not great with contacts and I can't wear glasses when I'm filming, so it's a tough situation. The struggle is real. All right, we're gonna go into that really deep outer V area right there. And I just wanna keep this really tight, so I'm just gonna start really, really small and very light-handed. Just so, oh my goodness, this color is stunning. I mean, we're all used to using blacks, so it's kind of nice to have like a really beautiful navy blue. And sometimes with darker colors, a lot of times with these darker colors, they patch up or they don't go on that smooth, and I don't feel like this with this product. It's so beautiful. It's so easy to work with too, especially if you're not great with makeup, but you like to play with it. This is a great company to really go with their products and get rich pigment, but easy blendable pigments. I'm gonna take this Morphe E28. I'm gonna take that brush, it's clean, and I'm just gonna kind of blend that out, the blue, just to kind of soften, diffuse it a little bit. I'm just gonna diffuse this area. Oh my goodness, that color is so pretty. So I'm going really light right now, and I'm gonna build that up. Don't worry if it's not perfect because you're gonna blend out. So always remember that. All right, let's bring in the big guns. Let's bring in the big mirror. Now that I packed in the outer corners, I'm gonna start bringing it in. I don't like to go in with the more dense, rounder brushes as I go in if I'm not doing a halo eye. I like to go in with a little bit lighter brush, but still a tight brush. So this Morphe 507, you can get it at Ulta. This is a great brush to work with in that case, and it blends really nice too because it's not too dense. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take that area. I'm gonna start here because we know we like it dark there, and then whatever's left over on the brush, I'm gonna start bringing it in. You don't want it to be too heavy going in because you're kind of creating that gradient effect. Now I'm gonna take that blending brush and just make sure I didn't get in too heavy there. All right, now I'm gonna go in with that Morphe E-series brush, and I'm just gonna blend that all together. I'm gonna go back with that pink color in a second and we'll blend out the edges. But yeah, that's a beautiful blue color. Oh my goodness, that's stunning. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to that pink color in the Snow Angels palette and take that Morphe 411 again, and I'm just gonna diffuse the outer edges of that blue. So I'm gonna start here and just start diffusing that. See how it just kind of brings it all together? It just marries the two colors together. Ooh, that's so pretty. So I'm gonna take that color and just kind of bring it in more just to kind of soften out the edges. What I like about it is it's not the same as what I normally do. You know, I just kind of always stick to the same colors all the time, and I feel like this kind of takes me out of that comfort zone, but still working with beautiful, rich products. Because the Snow Angel palette is a matte palette, I'm gonna go back into the Friendcation palette and use Game Over, which is like a navy blue blackish glitter color. And for once, I'm not doing a light lid look. That's why I didn't do the halo, because I really wanted to kind of smoke out the lid area and go all dark on the lid. And when you do that, you don't want to take that navy blue matte color I used in the Snow Angel palette and go in too heavy into the inner corner. So that's why I kind of left that as more the darker on the outside. So let's try this out. I've never created this look. So I'm gonna take this Morphe No Number, came in a set like flat concealer like brush, and I'm gonna wet this with my MAC Fix Plus because I don't know how these pigments are. Sometimes they do better with your finger, I don't know. So we're just going to try this out because we're in this together. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna go in kind of light-handed at first and see. Okay, so I didn't really like that Morphe brush. I'm gonna go in with this MAC 242 brush. I'm not liking the way that was packing in. Oh yes. I tell you guys, the brush means everything. So you could have cut crease this, but because it's working with two dark colors, I didn't really feel like you need it to. So you do you, but this is how I would do it. So I'm going in again for a really heavy smoky eye New Year's Eve look. So don't look at this and go, oh my gosh, that's way too much for a normal day. I wouldn't do this. And I'm gonna actually go in with a little bit lighter color on top of this, but for right now, I'm just kind of building it. So I'm kind of carving out as if it was a cut crease, but it's not a cut crease. This color is stunning. It is so beautiful. It goes really well with that navy blue color. All right, let's go in on the other side. It is so beautiful in person. You guys are gonna be shook. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the Snow Angels in that dark navy blue, and I'm just gonna kind of start gradually blending the two together with that Morphe 507 brush. Just darkening up the edges even more now that I have the dark blue glitter on, or dark, I don't even know if it's a black blue or what it is, but it looks blue to me. Oh, that is so pretty. Wow, that is beautiful. And of course the look always kind of comes together once you put your lashes on and you get your lower lash line smoked out. I feel like it looks even prettier, but right now, so far, I love it. I love it. This may not be your jam, but if you like the blues and you like something different, I think it is an excellent option. I'm just taking that pink now and just kind of blending or diffusing the navy blue edges out. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this Pretty Rich palette by Too Faced, and I wanna do a look on this because the glitters are, oh, they're so beautiful. I used this on Christmas Eve, but they have this color called Set the Jewel Tone. It's like a bluish color. I feel like the Friendcation blue is gonna be too bright for the look I'm creating. That bright blue, it's gonna be too bright. So I think if I was doing this matte royal blue out of the Snow Angels palette, this one right here, I would go in with that Friendcation one. That would be gorgeous, good pairing. But because I have more navy tones on, I wanna go a little bit softer, so I'm gonna do the Set the Jewel Tone by the Too Faced Pretty Rich palette. Not Get Rich, but Pretty Rich. But yeah, let's all get rich. That would be nice too. So I'm gonna take I think I'm gonna use my finger on this one. And I found with this palette, this Too Faced palette, that the finger works better. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna take it on my middle finger. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Look at that pigment. Oh, that is so pretty. And I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna pop it on the center of the eye. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. So just the center. I just want it to almost like create a spotlight lighter blue effect right there. I'm just kind of creating a little bit in that center just to kind of make your eyes pop a little bit more. So now I'm gonna go back to Game Over and I'm just gonna kind of blend out the edges with my MAC 242 again. I just feel like you don't want it to just stand out too much, but you wanted it a little bit lighter in there. Oh, this color is so pretty. These two colors together are so pretty. All right, so I'm just kind of blending all that together. I'm gonna go back in with that Morphe E brush, that little fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna kind of diffuse everything. Diffuse it all together. So now I'm gonna go in with Just a Kiss from the Friendcation palette. Oh my goodness, you guys, this color is stunning. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner right here, just right there. Oh my gosh, this color is so beautiful. It literally is what the name is, Just a Kiss. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna go in and just create that inner corner highlight look. And then I'm going to take that on the brow bone too. I actually like using this Just a Kiss on my lid with just my finger and just kind of creating a really pretty soft look there. All right, now I'm going to go back in with that mauve pink and just blend it out right there, just so it's not like there's no harsh lines. You definitely don't want to do too much of brow bone highlight when you have this kind of look, because you really want the focal point to be that blue, that center area of your eye. And I'm going to take my Morphe contour sponge, get a bunch of translucent powder on there. I probably would have baked first, but you know what? That's okay. I forgot. And I'm just going to make sure I have insurance. I'm just gonna kind of carve this area out too. Don't I look exceptionally beautiful like this? How scary would that be to go outside the house like that? Oh boy, that would not be good. Okay, so while I am smoking out my lower lash line, I am going to bake for a little bit. And I'm just gonna go in right there and just really soften out before I go in with that darker blue. All right, now we're gonna go in with the Snow Angel dark blue color, and we're gonna start really tight into the lash line and blend that blue with the upper part of the eyelid. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Ooh. I'm so obsessed with this navy blue. I love navy blue. Hello, I have the mirror right here so you can't even see me. And basically, I'm just taking that blue and just kind of smoking out that lash line. I'm gonna go back in with that Morphe No Number brush. That's a little bit lighter and it has the pinky color, and I'm just gonna, again, go in and diffuse the edges of that blue with that pinky color. And just creating that same effect that we did on the upper part of the eye. Now I'm going to take the black 24/7 Urban Decay eyeliner, and I'm just going to go in a little tight to the lash line, like right there, just to darken it up a little bit. Just really close to the lash line. I'm going to go back to the navy blue again, and I'm just going to kind of go over the pencil that I just did. You always want to go over the pencil because it's like setting powder, obviously, but it's eyeshadow. I'm just going to blend it out. I'm just pretty much mirroring the top to the bottom again. Now I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics fluffy brush, and I'm just going to get rid of this baking. You know what? I actually like this royal blue even better than that Too Faced blue. This one's called A Moment. I actually like it better. It's a much better pigment. I'm more impressed with this Friendcation palette than I was with that Get Rich palette or Pretty Rich palette, whatever it's called. And I'm just going to go in and kind of brighten it up in that center lid a little bit more. It needed that little bit of brightness there. Now I'm just softening it back up with that matte blue and just kind of diffusing out the edges. Yeah, that really just kind of gave it that little extra something. In hindsight, I would have not used the Pretty Rich palette at all. I probably would have just stuck to what my original plan was to use the Dose of Color palettes and use the two blues together. So I started off with the Game Over and then kind of finished it off with A Moment. And I like that look much better. Don't be scared to work with color. This is like hands down the most beautiful blue. I wish I would have started with this blue. It is so gorgeous. It's called A Moment, and oh my goodness, you guys, that blue is insanely beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I'm gonna take that now and do the same thing I did a second ago with the other blue, and I'm just gonna kind of just go into the center area of that lower lash line and just kind of just dab it right there. You really want to be careful when you clean up, especially with blues and blacks, because with the translucent powder it can kind of create that shadow effect. So in retrospect, I probably would have done my makeup after I did my eye look when I used the navy blues, but I mean, hey, at least the fallout wasn't crazy and it still worked out beautifully. I am completely obsessed with this palette. I'm gonna do my eyelashes off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished everything off camera and I put the eyelashes. Everything comes together once your lashes are on, once everything is done. It is a beautiful palette. Both of the palettes are absolutely stunning, the Snow Angels and this Friendcation Dose of Colors palette. Dose of Colors is a magnificent product line. I mean, they just deliver what they put out. Their products are so easy to blend. The pigments are so rich and so beautiful. The color choices, Desi and Katie did an excellent job on that Friendcation palette. I was a little nervous to go with these blues, but I am so glad I did. They are stunning. I cannot wait to recreate this look. I hope you guys are able to recreate it. Please comment below and please tag me at Instagram if you use this look. At kristiallure is my Instagram name. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, set your notification bell for future videos, check out my other videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys, bye!